Hello everyone, Gaviman here at gaviman.com, getting you started online. So in this video, we are going to look at WIX Studio, how to build responsive websites. So many of you have been complaining that WIX has a non-responsive website builder. So this tutorial will solve all those issues. So before we start, if you don't have an account yet, just click on just go to wix.com, and you can use your Google account using this button right here. But if you prefer, you can just go to get started or go to login. Any of these buttons will do. Just click on get started. But before we click on get started, that's where I put your email. Let's take a look at if you scroll through here, maybe you can see some cool stuff that WIX Studio has added into WIX, and WIX Studio have added into their platform. So let's start with this is the AI website builder, with also the AI chatbot that can answer your questions and help you do some tasks like writing your content, your website content. And new templates have been added from 900 plus free website templates, fully customizable and tailored to any business style. There's a portfolio, business, e-commerce, a blog. What else? Drag and drop, of course, my favorite one. And advanced site features. So we have e-commerce, we have scheduling, like bookings, we have portfolio for displaying your work, we have a blog for posting, creating content, we have online courses. If you want to sell online courses, even if you are cooking, whatever you want to teach, you can create online courses and promote them via email marketing, via social media. It's all connected into WIX. And then we have the events planning. You can sell the tickets right within the WIX platform. Okay, and you can promote those events on social media, on Google Ads. Yeah, as I just mentioned, you can market the stuff. We have the SEO toolkit. We have, it's called the Get Found in Google search engine. And we have the Google and Instagram and Facebook ads. We have social media marketing. We have AI generated email marketing. We have the CRM solution, customer relationship management, or content relationship management, custom automations. It's like if someone filled in a form, or mostly forms, if they fill in a form, you can set an automation that for example, an email will be automated so that it's been sent to anyone who fills in certain form on your website. That's how it works, the automations. Then you have data analytics, of course, on your dashboard. We have mobile app. The mobile app, which is very important, helps you see what's going on the website, helps you manage the whole site right from within your mobile phone. What else? Speed, yeah, right. They've increased the speed and accessibility and reliability. Okay, I think let's jump in. The rest is the blog and the contacts and frequently asked questions. If you have more questions about WIX and building websites using the WIX platform. So click on get started to create an account if you don't have an account yet, and you can just click on continue with Google, or you can use your email and create a password. So for me, I prefer continue with Google as usual. and I'll choose my email. I believe I'm already logged in. So when it's your first time to log in or to choose that account, you'll be redirected to this page to get started. So who are you creating the website for? For myself, of course. And then okay, let me say for a client or freelancer. I'm a freelancer or an agency. And then I say continue creating the website on WIX. Okay, now you should know that the WIX platform, the WIX website editor is still active. Drag and drop, intuitive drag and drop, but the responsiveness of the website compared to depending on device to device screen sizes is not as cool as the websites built on the WIX Studio. So if you are still using the WIX editor, you should be switching to the WIX Studio as soon as possible. So let's get started with the WIX Studio. So instead of using continue with WIX, we'll switch to WIX Studio. Okay, so that will give us more power when it comes to building the website. So it seems like I didn't log in. Right, 1, 2, 3, let's go. So create with WIX Studio built for needs of agents and freelancers. Try the WIX Studio. Okay, let's go to WIX Studio. No more wix.com, WIX Studio. Okay, welcome to WIX Studio. Start designing a site, generate a site with AI. I don't like AI. It still has a long way to go. I believe it still has a long way to go, but I don't know if I can click on this, like, not possible. Just start designing our own. And don't forget the templates available that we are going to look at just in a minute. Now, for those who want to go through this, you can just come in and say, what is your business type? You say, what website are we going to build today? Maybe, let's say we are going to build a hotel website or restaurant website. Or blog website. Let's take my website as an example. Or maybe let's say we are going to build, could it be an agency website? Let's just go with the blog. Let's just go with the blog. So to begin with, we see that we have, of course, the menu and the logo, and we have another column or row, column, a row, sorry, that's a row. And then we also have this one. I'm going to show you how to create this one. This is a pop-up that collects emails from subscribers, and whoever enters their email, they receive an email, and they begin receiving a series of emails from you. So I think we are going to look at how to create that as well. And for the website, we are going to look at one slider, full slider right here, and then we see how to create these. These are blog posts. Okay. Alright, so let's say we are going to create a blog. And then let's look at describe this business. Let's say blog about technology, blockchain technology. I think that's enough, maybe. And AI. Next, you select the site's main services. It's going to write the blogs. That's all. Then, what's the name of the business? Let's say Gary Imran. Um, Now let's say crypto blog. And then where is this business located? This is not comparison. I'm going to skip this and skip this. Skip all this and say the tone generated will be professional, playful, friendly, casual. Just say professional and friendly and click on continue. Either you can skip this to the templates. So what would you like to generate? Visual sitemap and wireframes? That's right, visual sitemap and wireframes. So I will say start generating. So that is called a wizard, wizard setup. Let's give that a minute to generate the AI to generate the website. And you're going to also notice with the WIX website, WIX Studio Editor, that it's a bit easier for you to reduce the space between text, the space between sections, and even when it comes to the mobile editing and the tablet mode, it's easy to edit. Even if you want to create like a scrolling content, maybe it's huge and the hit screen is visible. Like for, let's say you're creating a section for services and it's visible on the, let's see if I can say create like an example here. So maybe like this one, maybe you want to create this one as a scrolling slider. You want to make this one slider content on the mobile phone because it's a small screen size, but here on the huge size everything is visible. So I don't know if you get me. Now this is taking long to generate our sitemap and wireframes. So the sitemap is simply something you can use as uh, as a guidance or as a, of course, wireframe for you to build the site, because it gives you like how the website is going to be flowing from the home page to the about page and etc, as you can see right here. Now we are not going to get into this. We are just going to go and build from scratch. No time for tutorials right now. So this is like a sitemap. You can also rearrange this however you want and say that you don't want this page here, I want it below, like that. Or you can add new pages using this plus new section. And so these are the sections on the home page, these are the sections on the about page, sections on the experiences and resources. And I have the news page. These are the sections. You can also rename it by clicking on these dots and rename, or move down, move up, or delete. and we have accessibility, which I don't think I'll need. I'll just delete it right away. This is a whole page, and these are the sections on the page. So of course every page has a footer and a header where the menu sits. So that's it. We have the blog pages. The blog pages includes the blog page, which includes all the posts, and then the post page, which includes the post itself, the content. So besides the sitemap, by the way, we are already in the WIX Studio Editor as we speak right now. So besides the sitemap, let's go up here, and the next one up here is the pages. So this one shows you all the pages in your website, as we have seen. And then we have this is the workspace. It's like the workspace. So this is where we work from. So let's say you wanted to add another tab in the menu right here. Let me zoom out a bit by clicking Ctrl minus on the keyboard. So let's say you wanted to create a logo for this one right here. Just go to this plus. Okay, so let me first give you a breakdown of the site as we have just seen. So for example, this is one section. We are on this home page and we have the header. The header is up here. Then if you scroll down, we have the footer, which includes the contact, the social media channels, and etc. sometimes. So we have other sections like the hero section. You can include a video here at the top of your website, and then we have maybe a section for the services, and then a section for something else, maybe a promo section for your latest blog posts, or if you have a shop, your latest trends, and a section for maybe testimonials, and this section, if you want to add another section, you just click right here. That's the plus button which you are looking at. Okay, let me take a sip of water. Okay, are you guys following? Are you lost? Okay, if you are lost, let's take a break and go to the dashboard for a minute. So from this button up here, you see this button? Just click there and click on dashboard. So the dashboard opens up here in a new tab. All right. So when you log in most cases you are sent to, you are redirected to your dashboard, and this is the WIX dashboard, WIX Studio dashboard. So from WIX Studio dashboard, first things first, you can maybe add invite collaborators by just adding their email address, and then they can be added to the site and they can do some work for you and assist you with some tasks. Just add their email here. Maybe I want to add this guy called Mugabe, and I say I want him to be an admin of the site, and I send an invite. I do not think I want to invite this guy right now, so just cancel for now. Cancel the invite. But this is the owner of the site right now. If you invite the guy and he accepts the invite, you'll see him right here. Let me just do it anyway. Send the invite and say he's going to be my client of this site, and click done. And then he will be here after accepting the invite. He will be part of the site. He can access the dashboard like this. But first of all, he needs a WIX Studio account as well. All right, so that's the first step from the WIX dashboard, and the rest we'll look at in later. Maybe we can go to edit site. This is where I click if you want to rename the site, and if you want to transfer the site to someone else, if you want to delete. for whatever reason. So this is why I click. If you want to go back to the WIX Studio Editor, just click on Edit Site and it takes you back to this editor right here. Okay. All right. So what next? What next is, let's go back to the reference and see what we need to do. So this is our reference for today. Not so nice, not so nice website, but I think it gets the job done. So let's begin by creating a menu with this blog button right here plus a logo. So for the logo, we are just going to use something from the Wix here. But just in case you have your own logo, you can click on the plus button and go to image, or you can just drag and drop the image right here. Yeah, drag and drop works as well, and I like drag and drop. Okay, you can drop it anywhere that you want and you can start scaling it. Let me bring it back here and I show you. Or maybe let's create a new section, add a section, and instead move this image on this section. And first refresh this page. Whenever you start seeing something you don't understand, try to refresh the page, right? So that you don't get confused and you confuse the website. Because you can start moving buttons when the editor has jumped, and then after refreshing the site you find that some of the buttons are even lost. You cannot see them. The others have moved somewhere very, very, very weird distance and weird positions. Okay, so when you see that the site editor is behaving in a certain way that you don't understand, try to refresh it right away. So now that I've refreshed the site, I have this section, this new section that I've built. Now if you click on design, if you click on add section, you can also click on grid layout right here. Okay, for some reason I think my machine is working a bit slow. By the way, you need a good machine for these responsive website editors. So you can click on grid layout and you can choose a layout from here. For example, let's say we want a layout of two, they call them cells. Here they call them cells. So this is a grid, section grid with two cells. Okay, so from one cell I can get the image that I had put here and I bring it here on this number one cell. Okay, and I can scale it like this, scale the image like so, and maybe I can click on this button to stretch the image to fill this cell. Under this cell there is another cell here, so under this cell, so I click on the image and I click on this button stretch. Okay, so I stretch the image to that cell, and and if you want to replace the image, simply click on the image. And by the way, here is something you need to know. You see this section right here, as you can see, it's the section and then it has the cells inside, and then after clicking on the cell I click again to click on the image inside the cell. So I'm clicking 3 times. If I click away, first of all, even if you're selecting this text, first of all you select this section and then you select this cell and then you select the text within the cell. In this case I'm selecting what we call a stack. So the stack includes this text and this button. So they are all like it's a group. They call it a stack right here in the WIX editor. So in order to create a stack, you just let me click and unstack. So unstack, I've ungrouped them, so each of them is alone. So in order to recreate the stack, just click on one and hold down the shift button to select the next, and hold down the shift button to and keep on selecting the items that you want to put in the stack. So in this case, maybe I'll just first click one and then the second one using shift and click on stack. That's one. So that's the stack, includes this main title and then this paragraph text. And then I can click on this stack and I click on the button by holding down shift to add it to the selection, and I click on add to the stack. Okay, so that's the stack right here. So what this stack helps us do is, if I unstack right now and go to maybe the mobile version of the site, you see what happens. This text what does it mean? They call it overlap. It overlaps, the text overlaps. But if we try to stack them again or regroup them, okay, holding down shift, add to stack, and let's go back to the mobile version. You see that the text is not the text keeps this stack way, or this group, so it doesn't overlap, and it leaves this space between. There's a space between there, which we are going to look at. You see that space, that small thing right there? That's the space. So right now I think it's 5 pixels, but you can just type in a number to add to that space between there. And you can also use these handles here to spread out the text. And by the way, you can hold down the Alt key to scale from the center. You see, if I don't have the Alt key down, I can just scale on this right hand side. But if I have the Alt key, uh, holding down the Alt key and the scale, it scales from both sides. Okay, that's a cool trick right there. Okay, let's go back to the desktop version. So whenever you're making any huge changes, make sure you are in the desktop version. And sometimes if you make changes from these other modes, they are called breakpoints. Like this, they help your site to be visible and to be responsive, to look good on any screen size. So sometimes when you are editing from these other breakpoints, the changes might apply to the other breakpoints, like the desktop. Some changes don't. Okay, let's move on. So we have a photo there, and I was showing you how to change the photo. So I was trying to show you that in order to select the right item, you need to follow what we call the hierarchy. So the hierarchy here is the section, and then the cell, and then the item in the cell, in this case the image. So when I select the image, I get this button to change the image. All right, so since we are writing a blog, let's just search something here. Let's just search for blog within WIX, within the media from WIX. So if you didn't know, you guys, media from WIX is free photos for using in your website. There's also this other website, unsplash.com, also provides you with free photos and videos to use in your website, or to use for your marketing, wherever, even the emails. So let's just search for media from WIX. But if you have your own photos, you can go to site files, or you can go to upload media, and you can upload from your computer, or from another WIX account, or from Google Drive, from Facebook, from Google Photos, Dribble, etc. You can even use a link. For example, let's say don't know if I can get one of these photos. Let's say we open image in new tab. By the way, this is how you get photos from the internet. Right click on the photo and go to open image in new tab. So we have this full image, and if you want you can use this link. Copy the link and go back to your WIX website and use upload the link or import a file from URL. Click on paste the link and click on import, and right away you have your photo within your website. So maybe renaming it for better SEO practice. Sorry, let's see how I wrote SEO. So this is the best crypto apps. So I click on that image and I click on update. Same process if you are getting a photo. There we have our image. Same process if you are getting the photo from the media, from WIX, just search, click on it and click update. So let's go with this one for now. And then this section here, or this cell, from this cell we want to add text. So you just go back to this add button right here, the plus button, and look for text. You can go to text right here and look for this one, or just click drag and drop. But what we also need, that's the paragraph, we also need a heading, right? Yeah, we also need a heading. So this heading is going to say, so I have a small screen right here, small screen size. But if you have a huge screen size, I think you can see everything on the screen. So here I have to pull this thing here right here and scale it using those handles. So I have it inside the cell, very important. And then I arrange this. It's better for you to, I can maybe use this handle to give it more space so that more text fits in here. And then I can maybe stack them right away. Click one, hold down shift, click the other, and click on stack. So maybe you can call this one about. Okay, and then if I go to my website and I just copy the text, you might have this text from your it's called word document. Yeah, you might have the text in your word document or something. So just double click the text and copy it, and using Ctrl C and come here, use Ctrl V to paste it. Okay, just as I said, you have to select the section grid and then select the cell. As you can see here, page, section grid, cell, and then select the text or the element or the item within the cell, right? And then the right item. Now we have the stack, and then have the item within the stack. Okay, so that's how you have to follow the hierarchy. Anyway, so one section is done. You can just zoom out like this. By the way, this right here on the right hand side, these are the options that you can use to edit your elements. For example, if I wanted to change the color of the text, just go up here, the color, you can change it to whatever other color you want. And then if I wanted to change the color of this one, of course this color is there. Maybe other settings like alignment, how do you want to align this text, and maybe some other more settings here like the margins. If you want to leave margins space on this side, on the top, and the okay, so we have one section done, which is about, and this was not even part of this, but we can use it for this part maybe. So we get this part and we add, in this case they have groups, but for us we have just a photo. If you want to add another button, you just go, oh, there's no button. So if you want to add a button not another button. But as I was explaining again, if you want to change the color, you can, by the way, the elements here, you can see, you can just use these handles at the end to scale it like that, stretch it a bit, maybe make it longer. So if you want to add a button, just go back to the plus and look for buttons right here, and just drag and drop the button. Click, drag and drop the button right there. Okay, and place it where you want it using those lines and those guides. So the settings, if once you have selected the button or any other element, you can just go to the right hand side. We have all the settings here. For example, the color of the button. By the way, let's first add some colors. That should have been our first step, adding colors. So just go to right on the left hand side after the pages, after the visual sitemap we just saw, and we have seen this button as well, the plus button. Let's just go to this one, it's called site styles. So from site styles, you can change the colors of your website. For example, this black here, I can change it to, let's say, dark green. This guy likes dark green. So we are not going to make our text dark green. Let's cancel that. So instead of changing this one, let's change this blue dark green. And remember to click on apply. Alright, so once we add your colors here, you can access them from anywhere. If you click here, you see the green we just added, so I can be able to select it right here. And then the other thing about buttons is the hover. So the hover, if someone brings the mouse over here, so for example, let's say if I bring my mouse on this button, you see how it changes color from blue to black, and I bring the mouse to this one from black to white. That's called the hover effect. So from this button not selected, you can go to, you see we have the regular and we have the hover. So the hover effect, once hovered over, it changes to blue, but instead we want it to change to, let's say, black. Okay, and then you can also change the color of the text on hover. Right now it's white, maybe you can change it to green or whatever other color. Okay, you can add your own color from here. This plus button can add any color, maybe orange. Okay, you can drag this thing in front depending on the space and the screen space that you have. Okay, so we see how I've added another color, the orange. So I don't want the text to be orange, though it has to be white. So another stack is this text and the paragraph plus the button. So we need to add the button to the stack so that it doesn't overlap or find a weird position when we switch to these small screen sizes like the tablet or the mobile phone. Okay, so now that you know these settings right here on the right hand side, and you know about this add button, we are going to speed up the process a little bit. But someone could say, this guy has already speed up the process. You've been watching in speed mode. Actually, I haven't. Okay, so next is, let's work on this menu right here. So first of all, I wanted to bring in my own logo, but let's see if I can copy it from here. So right click and go to open image in new tab, and let's use the link. Control C to copy this link, go back to the image, click on change image, and click on upload media, and use link URL. Import a file from URL. Post the link and click on import. Just like that, we have the logo inside. and it has come with the correct text. Maybe what you can remove is this extension, the format .png, .jpeg. Remove those formats before you upload your photo. So click on update, and there we have our logo. All right, now it has some issues. As you can see, it's been cropped in a weird way. I think my logo is also created in a weird way. So if you want to, we have already talked about stacks, and as you can see here in the header, we have another stack. The stack includes this small vector graphic. You can just click on change vector art, and we have vector arts from media from WIX. All these ones are free to use. You can search for a logo, and we have some logos, but I'm not going to use any of this. Maybe you can click on one and click on add to page, so that one replaces this logo, as you can see. And you can also change the text by clicking on the text, clicking on edit text, and say that's it. But this is not what you're going to use. We are just going to use our own logo. So in that case, let's just click on this stack and delete it. Make sure you have selected the stack, not the cell for the menu. So for the header, so just click on the stack and use the backspace to delete. Now we have our logo. So we want it to scale, to stretch. Let's try to stretch like this, so that the logo tries to fit inside there, like that. Right, I think now it's fitting within there. So now let's scale it down like this, using the corners. Right, next is what's this one for? The nose here. So let's first change the color of the header. Okay, by clicking on the header itself once, and then go back to these settings and click on the, I think it's supposed to be the background color, but it's now 0. That means there's no background color right now. So let's try to put the background color over, because now it's 0, but if I take it to 100, you still won't see any difference because it's still in color white. Okay, but let's add another color, maybe green. So this green here, I think I will need another green which is a little bit darker. Okay, let's try this green better. So now we have a background color right there, and you can reduce the opacity of the background color, especially if you have maybe an image in the background. And right here is where you add the image in the background. You just click on add, you come back to this media, upload, pop-up, media upload pop-up, or whatever it's called. Alright, so we have some other stuff like the gaps within the different cells, and the, yeah, those must be the cells. Splitting cells, by add splitting is like this one, we split this one into two. So that's what they mean by splitting the cell. You can split it horizontally or vertically. So for ours we split it vertically, but you can also split this one again horizontally by clicking on the cell and use this button, split horizontally. So that means we now have 3 cells within one section. So this section has this cell, and this cell. So let me delete this cell, and we go back to 2 cells, but I have to scale it again. It's been disorganized a bit. Anyway, so I want to position my logo right, but I'm not sure what this one. Okay, this one is holding this menu. So what we are going to do is we are going to delete this cell, but before we delete it, we are going to bring our menu to this cell right here. So what we are going to do is first move this search bar or search icon, I think it's a search bar, and then move the menu, drag it and attach it. As you can see that word attached to this cell. So we can delete this cell by selecting it using backspace. Now once it's gone, we can reposition our logo. Now it has more space and everything has more space right now. So what we wanted to do was to create a menu, right? So let's start by creating a menu. Let's move this one right here. By the way, we already have our menu right here, and I think it has all the pages, but the only thing was we could not see it. So we are going to change the type of the menu we are using. Instead of using this menu, we are going to use, either we can edit the menu from here by clicking on the background, and you change it. It must be the options here, inspector. So you go back to the inspector and you change the color. You do all sorts of stuff, even the text here, the regular text, and then when the text is selected, what color will it be, all that stuff. So let's say we are going to let's first delete this one. First delete this menu and create a new one by going to the add button or add element and look for the menu or search. Okay, from the menu or search, just drag the kind of menu that you want. As you can see, we have many types. This is the one we had. I've just deleted it. And then we also have other types of search, but you can also customize this one to look like this or whatever. So let's drag this type of menu. I believe this one will work. Drag it right here. Okay, so we already have all these pages. I think we're going to end up deleting some of them. Whether what we did was to start the website from scratch, from our, it's like a wireframe, but it was from scratch. We started from scratch. We did not start from a template, but you can also start from a template if you want. So if you come back to the website dashboard by clicking on this button and clicking on dashboard, or by just going to wix.com, it takes you to your dashboard. And also you can create a workspace. For example, if you have an agency, and then by the way, this is the way to make money with Wix, make money online with Wix by creating websites. First of all, let's say our agency is called Easy Media, and maybe you want to put a logo. Let's just go to create workspace for now. I think I might change the name sometime. Alright, so now that we have a workspace, what I wanted to show you is this is where you find all the sites. But if you want to become a partner, this is where you go. So you become a partner and do some work, do some websites, and level up within the Wix partner program, and you start earning revenue on sites, on Wix premium sites, based on the plan. Okay, so anyways, you can learn more about that. We can learn more about that on the site or some. So if you click on create site, instead of going to start from blank canvas, which we did, we started from blank canvas. This time we can click on start from a template. Remember, we are in WIX Studio, not the WIX Editor. If you want to build the WIX Editor, it's up to you. So from the templates, these are some of the templates, and you can search any type of template. Maybe you want a portfolio, and then you can click on this button view. It has a view and edit. If you want to edit right away, click on edit. But if you want to first take a look and see what this template looks like, this is the way you do it. Okay, so we skip that part. I wanted to show you the templates, but that's it. That's it already, because just come in here, look for the template. Just take your time and look at the various templates before you jump into. So if you have, once you have the template, you can just go in and edit. You already know how to edit by now. I'll show you how to select the text and how to edit it and paste your own content, and how to edit these buttons, and how to delete some of these cells that you don't like, and how to edit the background color. I've showed you that. Okay, how to replace the images. I've showed you that. Alright, and in the last video I showed you how to create contact forms using WIX Forms. Alright, now what I'm going to show you is how to change these links. So by now I think you are you already know how to navigate the WIX website designer, WIX Studio website editor, WIX Studio editor. So you can, this is how you go along to look for a template if you want to go that way. But for us, we are building this whole website from scratch. All right. So what do we have from the example? We have white text, and when you bring the mouse over, it turns into some kind of a green cyan color. So that's the first thing we are going to do. So let's go back to the menu. Once it's selected, you go back to the inspector, and you look for the color, this text color. So click on text, and then say that the regular text right now, the regular text, and this blue is what it's the selected text. As you can see, the selected page right now, we are on the home page. Now the regular text is going to be the text color. Right now it's black, but we want it to be white. Okay, that's step one. Switch workspace. Okay, now that we created the workspace, let's first switch workspace. Let's just go to that workspace and we continue editing our site. As I take a sip of water. Okay, so text, go to look for the text and look for the text color and choose white for now, and then scroll back to the top and look for, from the design, menu items, and then there's also the menu container, which you can change the colors. Let me show you the menu container. So if you go to menu container and go to background fill, I can put in any color. That's the menu container. Okay, so you can change this color to whatever. So it's the containing the menu. Now let's just remove the color of the container for now. Put it back to 0. Just go back to menu items. So we are editing menu items, and then we want to edit the state is regular, and then we want to edit another state, which is the hover state. So when you hover over, we want a certain color of the text to be a cyan color, which we haven't yet imported. But if you click on this add button for the colors, and you click on this pencil icon button, you can pick any color from your website or from from your images. So for example, from my logo, let's pick this the cyan color we are looking for. I think it's let's close. Click on apply, and then it's a bit close. Let's just go with that for now. And then there we have our color for the hover state. Okay, If you have icons, you can also change the color of the icon for the hover state. Next is after the hover state, there is the selected state. So the selected the item. Right now we are on the home page, and the home page link is selected. So the selected should not be under the text color. It should not be that blue. It should be which color? This one. Oh, it should be white. Let's say white. It should be white. Actually, it's going to be this color, the selected. Okay. So I think that's it for the menu. So if you want to see what you have just done, you can go to this icon right here, preview. So to preview the site, and then you can see what you have done so far. So far we have this thing, we have created this and the menu. Almost the whole site is done in a few, let's say how many minutes so far. Not sure, but let's just move on. So we have this button and the hover effect that we did. We have this menu plus the hover effect, and that underlining effect, that one was added by WIX automatically. I haven't added that. So what's next is let's see the rest of the page. By the way, I think this is called if you're ready to launch the site and whatever, you have to go to publish. This publish button helps you save the site. So let's say this site is going to be called Imran. Right now we are using this free domain, free WIX Studio domain. It starts with your email, and then wixstudio.com / the name of the site. Just click on save. If you are ready, just click on connect custom domain and you upgrade your website. Let's see the plans right away before we continue. So the plans will be, let's say the most basic one, $16 per month, and per year 144 or 150. Just add your PayPal or your credit or debit card and your address, and click on the submit purchase button. And once you have that, if you buy a yearly package, you get a free domain name. So you just enter in a domain name, and they connect it for you automatically. But if you purchase the monthly plan, you'll have to purchase the domain name separately. I think it's also like $15 or $25 or something, and then you connect it yourself. But the WIX also helps you to connect it after buying it. So the rest of this stuff, I think 10 GB would be enough for the start. 3 site collaborators and site analytics. The rest of the features are down below. But the thing is, this first plan here doesn't have the online payments. That's the problem. And for $144, I don't know why online payments are not in this thing. So for the next one, which has online payments within it, I think it's $240 if you want the one for online payments. But remember, this is the WIX Studio. There's also the WIX Editor, which has different prices. But this one has a more responsive format, more responsive design. That's what we go with. Alright, so once you publish your site, there you get a small message, and you can view the sample of your website. Alright, as I said, you can publish if you are ready, but for us we are not yet ready. Even though I've published so that they can get that link ready. So after editing this, what else do we have here? So we have the blog, which is very important. So let's go back and see about this blog. So in order to add the blog, I've come to the pages and go to add. You don't need to add page, you just need to go to this. If you go to the add button right here, add sections, and you scroll down below, you'll find, because here is where you add. I've showed you how to add the menus, types of menus. I've showed you the buttons. Okay, I've showed you the text. So I add all the elements of your website. I've showed you media, how to add images. Okay, I've already showed you this one. This is the types of galleries. You can edit them in different ways. And these are frames. I call them frames. In which they call them video box. Okay. So what I haven't showed you, are the sections. These are the sections. What I was saying by the was is this what they have done. What we have done is we created the website using wireframe. Using a wireframe, we did not create from scratch, because if we created from scratch, we couldn't have seen this section. These sections wouldn't have come with the site. So what we created with was a wireframe. Okay, so you can, three ways to create the website. You can use a wireframe, you can use start from scratch, or you can use templates as I've showed you. All right. So for what you want to do is add the blog. Make sure the blog is active, and you go to plus, and from these sections, there's about sections, the service sections, there's the wireframes, which we have talked about. These are the wireframes, all sorts of stuff here. And then you scroll down, you find the store, the blog. Now once you click on this and you see these ones, you know that the blog app has already been added. Okay, as you can see, if you click on this store, it says add to site. Now this is how it should have been. This is how it could have been if the blog page was not added. You just see the button, add to site, and let's see events not yet, bookings not yet, community. So these are the apps, WIX apps that can be added to your website, and you can find these apps from this button right here, app market. Right. So from the app market, we have all sorts of apps, from selling, from marketing to media to design elements, and the WIX apps, WIX business solutions. Okay. So we have WIX stores, which I've showed you, WIX AI site, WIX chat, the one that is there on the corner for you to be able to chat with your customers. We have it also allows, that WIX chat also allows you to add the WhatsApp button as a communication, as a means of communication, and it's also the one that's connected to your inbox. The inbox from the dashboard is let me take you to the dashboard just in a few minutes. So let's go to sites. Right here we are in the studio dashboard, but now we want to go to the site dashboard. So let's go to all sites. I see that they are saying no site found. Don't know why. Okay, let's solve that later. But let's try to go to the dashboard from here. Okay, let me take another sip of water. Right, so from your dashboard, if you go to marketing, right here you can see we have Google Ads, Facebook Ads, email marketing, social media marketing. So what we are looking at here is the WIX chart, and the WIX chart can be added. There's something here called well, I believe it's not in the marketing column, it's in the inbox. Okay, it's being moved, I think. So from the inbox, you can click on setup inbox, manage all your messages in one place. You can see these icons from Instagram, from WhatsApp, Facebook, and even the Google and the emails. So you can message people via different channels right from here, right from within the WIX dashboard, which is very cool app, very cool feature, right? So once to set it up, just click on setup inbox, and then you can start right away. First of all, the email that's going to be receiving the emails and all that. Next, you send a test email, and then you connect the channels. So you connect your Facebook account, you connect your WhatsApp. It must be, by the way, it must be a WhatsApp business account in order to add it here. So as you can see, WhatsApp business and Instagram business account. So it must be converted to a professional account. And we have all those tutorials on the channel to show you at mgabiimran.com, the website and the channel, to show you how to go along with all these. Okay, so make sure you check out those tutorials to learn how to connect your inbox, your messaging channels, whatever apps you have. So that's the WIX chart, very powerful app right there. And the WIX Pro Gallery, I don't know if we find time, we will have time to look at this. But let's see the next one, WIX Blog. This one is the one that creates like maybe a portfolio, maybe a gallery of photos. I don't know if I have that one somewhere on my site. I don't think so. Yeah, I think I have an example. Let's say the about page. This is an example. It's on the partners page. So this is like a gallery. So it's displayed in like those blocks format. And also this is the thing that we just created. This is the part that we just created, the section. So the next section here is for a video. Yeah, we can create that and move on. The next section has a gallery. Maybe you can create that as well. And this one is also another section that has a gallery. Okay. So this one is a slider gallery. It's like a slider, automatically slides. You can set up all those settings. Then we have another video. Then we have this section right here. Then we have testimonials and the contact form. Okay. So you guys, what do you say? We create which one here? We create we are going to create, I think, this page. Let's just put this video and the partners. But first of all, let's complete what we are looking at, the blog. So there's WIX bookings, WIX events, WIX online programs for courses, WIX members area to allow members to have accounts and profiles, and to maybe a wallet to add some funds to their account so that they can use those funds to subscribe to your membership plans right here, the WIX pricing plans, the WIX groups, WIX file share, WIX video that allows you to share videos, the one that I'm using on my website right here. If I go to the home page, And also on the YouTube tab, if you go to the YouTube page and you check, you scroll down below, there is section that includes videos like this one here. So this is the WIX video app that makes it possible to have something like this. And you can also change this background from white to whatever color you want. And the button color, you change that. So that's the, and by the way, all these videos have been imported from YouTube, as you can see. You can import them from Vimeo, from whatever platform you are using. So let's go back, and we can also use stream your music. For me, I use this WIX to showcase my videos, WIX video. There's the loyalty program, there's the WIX referral program, WIX hotels, WIX table reservations, WIX restaurants and menus that they have, that has various types of menus, various layouts of menus for your restaurant on your website. WIX Forms, which is also installed because we have a form there on the site, and we'll go ads. Okay. Right, so besides those tools from WIX, there's a whole lot of various apps from other creators and other companies. Like maybe, for example, let's first look at this. If you scroll down below, you notice we have QuickBooks, we have let's search for, let's try to go to sell online, this category, and you see what apps we have here. We have Amazon with WIX. We can sell if you are in the Amazon Associates program. This Amazon by WIX app allows you to display your Amazon affiliate products on your WIX website, and your affiliate links are directly linked within those posts or within those products on your website. So whoever clicks on that stuff on your products from your WIX website, if you have connected this Amazon with WIX to your Amazon affiliate dashboard, Amazon affiliate account, whoever clicks on this, they are clicking on your affiliate links. Okay, that's the Amazon with WIX. Very cool one right there. The other cool one, do you see the square pay button? This one for online payments. And the other cool one which I want to search, let me just search. Okay, it's right here. Don't have to search it. Printful. Printful helps you to sell products, digital products, maybe t-shirts, print on demand stuff. As you can see, print on demand. So if you want to print something on your cap, if you want to print something on your shirts, on bed jumpers, on caps, whatever you want to print on, this Printful helps you sell those products. It also helps you to create a site. So that's enough with the apps. But as you can see, we have seen the buttons, the plus element, the plus button for adding elements, the pages. Have we seen the pages? Because right now we have seen the menu, and we have seen this Visual Map, which was the first one. We saw the site colors. We saw how to add maybe a blog. These are the apps. They are here because they are the WIX apps, but you can find all the other apps in this button as we have seen. And then I will show the media, how to add the images to your website and content. The rest are a bit advanced. For example, this one is for coding, this one is for CMS, this one is for settings, I think, for your business. Okay, so now that we have all those, Again, I'm going to go a bit faster. All right, let's see the time, because it seems like we have been here for how much time so far. Anyways, let's move on. Don't have to worry about the time, just have to worry about having your website ready. Right, so we have that section. Let's go back to about. So we have that section, and we need this section for the video. And so was that our next step? I don't want to confuse things, guys. Okay, I don't want to confuse stuff here. There's also a similar section right here which we can create and then move on. This section, it looks a bit similar to this one. And how you create this one is, again, you go to click on one of these sections and look for this button. Within between the two sections, you can add another section. So you click on that button and another section has been added, but the section is blank. So we have to add elements, or maybe a grid. Okay, so in our case, we want to add a designed element which will make things easier. So we just change this text and the icons. So instead of a grid layout like we did right here, we are going to click on add an element, or click on designed element. Okay, because if you click on add element, it's like you want to add your own element, maybe a stack of text, maybe a gallery. Okay, but what you want to do is add a section. So you just click on designed element or designed section. So designed sections, we have one here for home. These are all the sections for home. You can try this out for your site depending on whatever you are looking for. We have let's say we try this one, right? Or this one. Let's try this one. Okay, and we leave it like that. Maybe what you want to do is, remember, we have the section and we have the cell within the section and we have the video. Okay, so in our case, here is the thing. First of all, let's change this text. By selecting the text, we have selected the stack, and then we select the first item in the stack and click edit text, and we call this one show reel. So this section is going to contain a video for my show reel. So instead of creating something like this, which leaves the space, white space, we have scaled this video to fill the whole section, right? So we are going to put the text on top as we have done, instead of putting the text on the top. So if we were creating something like this, we would need to add a section. Like, go to this section and click add a cell, not a section, but a cell. So you could add a cell and you could be asked where to add the cell, and you say at the top. Okay, so that means we have another cell at the top right here, and you can maybe give it a color, right? And you put text there or whatever you want. But in my case, I'll just go delete that cell and have the full section with a video. When you select it, you have these options on the right hand side, including changing the background video. Right, so we have other settings like changing the background color. So the color is there, the background color is there, it's white, but because we also have the video is overlapping, or it's covering the white background color. So you can reduce the opacity of the video in order to show the background color through. If you reduce the opacity of the video, okay, as you can see, you can change the background color as you wish. Maybe this, maybe black. Okay, so let's go back to 100% for the video and change the video. Okay, so now the type of video we have used, let's say we wanted to add a video from YouTube. It might not be possible for this kind of video that we have used. For this kind of video type, video element, we call it video element. So in this case, I can only upload my show reel right here, and then I can upload it. I don't know if I have my show reels somewhere near. Okay, so it's here. I don't know how you guys are mining pie. I guess I don't know. I guess not so big. Yeah, it's not so huge. So, this is a video I'm uploading right now. Drag and drop as usual. Yeah, drag and drop as usual. So that uploads, depending on the speed of your internet, it might take a minute or less, depending on how huge the size, how big the file is, and the speed of your internet. Okay, this is not my show reel. This is some. Okay, I think this is my show reel for 2021. Still doing 3D motion graphics and TV commercials. So if you want to upload this, make sure you always remove. You can remove the extension, the .mp4 or something, but let's just leave it. So click on the video that you want to use as the background and click on change background. Okay, and that is also done. So what else can we do? Maybe if there's an option for changing the thumbnail, because the way I see things here, the first frame is not so nice. So I wish there is an option for changing the thumbnail, but let's come back to that later. For now, I think we are going to use let's change the color of the text right here from white to black. So color of the text black, and the color of this button, I'm not sure I need these buttons. I just delete them from this stack one by one. Okay, so real 2021. And the other thing that we were supposed to do at first, at the beginning, was changing the typography. If you have your own fonts, just come to this site styles. After changing your site colors from your logo, you update the site fonts. Okay, you can upload your own fonts from your computer by clicking on upload fonts. Okay, and I think you know where to find your fonts. If you don't, go to Windows and go to the local disk where your Windows operating system is installed. This is Windows 10, and then use the Windows, and look for fonts. Should be somewhere if it doesn't change position. Okay, I guess it's in users, and then it should be somewhere in Windows or something. Oh, has it taken to program files? It doesn't take into program files. So try to look for it in the Windows. You find that's where you install that's where you install that folder I was looking for. Is the folder that you let me take that's the folder that you use to upload a font. You just download the font. Just go to Google, search for the name of the font, maybe Anton, maybe Gotham if you don't have it on your machine, and then they'll give you Gotham font. Make sure to add Gotham font, whatever name of the font that you want, or maybe you add the word download, Gotham font download, so that Google knows that you are looking for a download link. And then from those websites, any of these links here will take you to download link. And then once you download it on your machine, you can just upload it. You see the download button is right there. Some of them they need the license in order to download them. Some of them are free. Most of them are free. There's also googlefonts.com and many others like I've seen here on the list. The font, there's one called Font Squirrel. There's one called myfonts.com, and Google Fonts has one, and Adobe has another for fonts. I think Apple also has one. So anyways, easy to find the font and you upload it here, and then you click done. So the folder I was showing you is the folder in which you install your font if you're going to use it on the computer. But if you're going to use it in Wix, you have to upload it. So Wix have created their own font. It's called the WIX made for display. So that's the one I'm using right now. So that's the typography side of this site. The typography side of this site. Alright, so we have that section. We have done it in our own way. And then there's this section which we almost skipped. So this is the section right here. But if you want to find it, you can click on add section, and then look for either you can click on design element and then go to wireframes, but you can also find it under services. So from services you can find something like this, or something like this, or something like this. See, just click on it like that to add it to your website. Let me take a sip of water. So once you add it right here on the website, maybe you have to change the font. Just click on it and go back to the inspector panel. Okay, so this is where you scroll down and find the font size, you find the font style, and say maybe I'm looking for a heading 1, and all those are already set right here in the site styles and the typography. So I will set the headline 1 font, the boldness and its size. So this headline 2, the paragraph 1, etc. Okay, so but you can also change the color right here manually. So on there, so I've showed you, you can also change the color of the background color of any section by looking for the background color right here. Okay, but we are not going to use this section. Going to delete it by clicking on this button. You can also use backspace. You're clicking on this button and going to click on the 3 dotted lines and look for the delete. I want to go back and add section again. Go back to design section and go back to services. I don't think we have anything here that we need, but if you have the time, you can go through and look for, take the time and go through these sections, these design sections. Maybe you might want to consider adding a members page, team page, staff page where you have your team. Might want to consider adding projects to your website. If you need that, you might want to consider adding testimonials like I want to. So in that case, I can just click on one of these, maybe this one or this one. Let's click on this one right here. So there we have our maybe I'll just click on add section and go to design section and maybe add this one. So to create this one, you can already see that you need 3. Let me just click on it and I'll show you. But before we continue, we are going to delete the unnecessary sections that we have on our website. For example, if I scroll down below, I don't think we are going to need this one, and not about this one. So this one seems to be our blog or something. This seems to be the blog. Then the testimonials that we had was this one. It's also a slider. Okay. All right. So we have this testimonial section. I don't think we are going to use it. Let's just delete it. Okay, let's delete this section. We won't need that one. We are going to use this one instead. But the first thing we are going to do is change the background color by selecting it. Go to the inspector panel, the section design details, section design options, the background color. So instead of this image right here, we are going to delete it. First of all, remove the media. So we have our background color. which is not there. We don't have any background color, but because the default color of our page background is white, so that's why we are seeing white. But even if we put the color to 100%, we see no difference because the color is white. But if you change the color, that's where you see the difference. So that's the color right now. We have removed the image, the background color of this section, but the background color of our page has remained white. Right, you need to understand that as well. So now that we have this section, we can move it down below, and we'll move it to this part here where we have our other testimonials repeater. It's called a repeater. So we are going to move this section by selecting the section. Let's first close this inspector panel, and then tab, whatever I call it, and then click on these three dotted buttons after selecting on this section and go to move down. Okay, so we move this down below this section, and if you want to move it down below this section, you can select it again and go to the settings. Again, these three dotted lines, go to move down again. Okay, and if that's not the position you want, by the way, you can also move this one up. Just select this one and look for the settings, go to move up. Okay, so it moves up on top of this other section for the testimonials. So now we have it in the position that we want it, and we can delete this one now, this other section. But as for the slider, it could have helped us as an example. So let's first leave it. Maybe what you can do is maybe change its background color for now to this cyan, like that. So what is this section? So that section there, I was trying to show you how to get it. Just click on add section, click on design section, and look for wireframes. Let's say if you look for from hero, this is the one you have seen up here, right here. This is the one. And then maybe you can find another one under cards. There's also this one, very similar to this one. Then you have these ones for images. These are placeholders. Okay, so let's see here, what do we have? First of all, we need this thing here. Let's just leave, we can leave this one there, or we can create our own. Okay, so from maybe cards, I think cards would be the best option. That's the same thing that we have right here on the side. So just click on it once to apply this section. As you can see, now we have two sections, but they are a bit similar. So maybe we delete one of these, delete the first one. Okay, actually let me delete the second one. So these two buttons here for undo and redo, going backwards. So I've undone the delete. Select this section we just created and delete it. Okay, now what you want to do is first try to scale, maybe scale, remove this space right here or reduce this space. It's called the padding or the margins. If you scroll down below, you'll find it, the margins or the padding. You'll see the settings. So maybe from 26 pixels to 10 pixels. And since this one is a repeater, if you select it, you'll see the word repeater. Since it is a repeater, once I change one setting, it applies to the next item, the next one, and the next one. It applies to all the items in there. One setting applies to all the items in the repeater. As you can see, if I scale this one, all of them, they scale like that, or they stretch like that. Okay. Next is these icons right here. You see, sometimes I have my own icons, and I believe don't know why I have these. But if you don't have your own icons, you see, if you have your own icons, you can just come to plus and maybe come to image and go to upload and drag a photo there, maybe this one. So attach it. It's attached to the repeater. So as I said, since it is a repeater, once you put one item, once you put an item in one, what do we call this? Repeater item. Okay, once you put an image in one repeater item, the rest will update accordingly. But if you want to change, you can change them separately. Example, you come to this one, change it to, let's get the photos this time from media, from WIX. Change it to digital marketing. And you notice that the rest one, the other ones have not changed. So you can change each one separately, which is very cool. So for now, I think let's delete the images from the stack. Okay, let's just go with this. And let's also change the color, the background color here. So for this, I think the color, let's stay with that white color for the repeater items. So what are these? These are the services offered. Okay. Services offered. And what else? I think that's it. And let's delete this one. Delete this section by selecting it and using backspace. Okay, that's gone. So the other way to delete the section is selecting it, going to this setting as I've showed you, and going to delete. But before you delete this one, I think it contains the blog. So this is a blog widget, and since it's a blog widget, it has its own settings. For example, managing the posts or the settings for this specific widget. So for example, the posts that appear in this widget right here, you can select them from here. The category, you can create categories, and then the displaying, what you want to display, only the cover image or even the publishing date of this post. You can also post, see the publishing date has come here, the writer's name is right there, the reading time for this post is right there, the category label for this post, the comment counter you see down there, and the view counter, views, and the like counter for the likes, that heart icon right there. All right, so if you don't want to show those, you can remove them from here, from the display. Then we have the layout. So for the layout, we have options like the editorial, which makes your posts look like this. I think we have only 2 posts in the site for now. Take a sip of water. So I think we have only 2 posts, but some of the settings you can apply here. For depends on what you have selected, depends on the layout. So for example, here the image ratio, it's in the square form 1:1, but we can change it to a long one, 9:16 ratio, or a 4:3 ratio, or a 16:9 ratio. Let's go with this 4:3 ratio, and then reduce the post size. So the post size, I think, is the length. So from 200 to 290 to 250, and we see. So I guess that's not the post size. Sorry, the post, that's supposed to be the post height. From 350 to 300, and press enter. So that's the post height. And then the spacing between the posts is now at 8, maybe 0.5. Okay, 5 will do. And then what else? The text side padding, maybe from 20 to 10. Okay, and then what else? So it depends on how many posts you want to display here, but those are some of the settings for your blog posts, for your blog widget. So from layout, number, by the way, there's also this one, number of lines for the title and for the description. So number of lines right now is 3 lines, as you can see, but you can check maybe 2 lines will be enough. That calls for reducing the post height again from 300 to 290 to 275. Okay, so let's increase the space between the posts from 5 to 10. Next is the design from see, if you want to change the background from the background of these posts. Right now it's in white, but we can put it in this blue, or this color, this cyan, as the background of the posts. But there's also the area background. Right now it is on 0. The area background, even if I put it in white, you cannot know that I will put it in white, because the background color is also white, the page color, the page background color. So I should have changed change page background color to this color, this green. That's what I wanted for the page background. But since I didn't change it, I can change it now. Now I have the area background color for the blog widget. Okay, and then you can also change the color of the text from here. The title, this title right here, this title, and the description. The description right there, as you can see, I'll put it in green. And next is the category label, which category the post in, and then the rating, if there's any rating, and the video settings. So those are the basics of customizing your blog widget. So first of all, this section, let's make this section green so that we can match the area background color of the blog widget. So from white to this color, and then change the color of this text from black to maybe white, or this one. And then the color of this button, the regular color, and the hover effect. If you remember the hover effect, just edited that right here in the menu. So from the regular button, it has a border. That should be a border because there is no background. That's why we are seeing through to that green. If we put the background, you notice that's how it looks like. Let's just remove the background and edit the border. So the border, as you can see, the opacity is up to 100. So we change this color from black to this color. So that's the border. As you can see, the borderline. Again, go back to the border for the button. First select the button, and then go to the border options. You have one, but you can change up to 3 maybe, or 5, whatever you want. Let's go back to 1. And the text now, the text right here, it's in black, it should be at least in white. Okay, or this color. And then once it's hovered over, as someone brings the mouse over here to the button, they will change, instead of black, to change to this button, this green color. And then the border, I see that there is no border. Once they hover over the button, and then the color stays white, you can change it to whatever color you want, maybe black. Let's leave it to white. Okay, so I think that's it. Let's first delete this one, this blank section. And also, I think I had 2 blank sections. Also change the color of the footer from white to our dark green color, and change the color of this from black to white, of to this cyan color, and then edit to white. So remember I told you we have this section, which is the footer, we have the cell, we have, that's how the hierarchy of selection. You first select the section, you select the cell, and then you select the items within the cell. In this case, the stack with the title and with the paragraph. And then I don't know if this is part of the stack or it's a different stack. I'll see. So right now I'm not talking too much because I already showed you everything. You should know what I'm doing now. Just selecting the text and changing its color. So selecting this form, we want to change its background color as well. And if possible, maybe we can put some spacing on the sides. It's supposed to be margins and padding. Not seeing the color, which means this form has its own settings. So if you double click on the form, it will take us to the dashboard under the WIX Forms app. So this is where we can edit all the forms in the site. So the forms builder, WIX Forms Builder. And what you wanted to change was the background. I'm not sure the background is changed from here. I don't believe the background of this form is changed from okay, let's see here in the footer. Let's change this text that says 2035 to 2025 by okay, design by design and SEO by SS Digital Sylvester Digital Agency. Alright, so there's some work to do on this form so that it looks well where it's standing, where it's sitting. And I think that's the padding. Maybe let's just put some padding. So the padding is going to be maybe 5. No, I don't know if that has helped. It's supposed to be in under the margins. Let's put 5 for margins. And then these are the margins between the cell and the item in the cell. So once I have those margins, I can go back to the cell and give it the background color. Right now it has no background color, so it's transparent. So I'll give it a background color of white so that we have that space. Okay. So what else do we have to do? Now once you have this site, it's not yet done. The task now is to go to the other breakpoints, what we call breakpoints, like the tablet mode, and see how it looks like. Unfortunately, on our side, it doesn't look bad. Maybe arranging this because we did not stack this, everything has gone its way. So let's move this around. So on the home page, on the desktop, we are seeing a full menu. On the tablet, we are seeing this button here for the menu. Alright, because the menu is a bit long. But it depends on how you want it. You can customize it however. So let me select the logo and scale it a bit. So not too much. And also I want to reduce the space. I want to reduce the size of the header. Okay, like that. Don't know if that, and also reduce if possible, reduce the size of this menu. It's a bit big. Maybe I can use, I can go back to this. Let me find a way to reduce this. But first of all, I want to also reduce this size, this space. Okay, and also place the logo within the center, somehow center. And then maybe we can select the logo and look for a padding. Give it some padding all around, like 5. What I need is up and down, but you can put it all around the logo. And then I think maybe stretch this one a bit like that, and also add to the size of this font, this text. So instead of changing the style, just come here and change the font size. Maybe 14 out of. Okay, so because if you change the style, it might apply to the other breakpoints. That's what don't want to do in some cases. So this one is too long. I will reduce the height like that, and let's move on. So I could make some edits to this as well, but let's move on to the mobile version. So to the mobile version, we see that we also need to do some work here. Now this is where this trick comes in. Now you see these are displayed. Remember this section had 2 cells, and this one cell with the image, another cell with the text. So instead of arranging them as columns, we can arrange them as rows, right? So that we can have more space. Since we are on mobile, it's a bit small. Now we have more space for the text. So we begin with the image up here. You want to scale it a bit like that, and then select the text and increase the size maybe to 10 like that, or 12, or let's put 14 as we did on the tablet version. And then this title here, change it to here. That's a mistake. Don't change the style, change the font. As you can see, it had applied to the other breakpoints. Change the font from 15 to maybe 20. Is that right? Is that too much? Or 25? 5 might be too much. And then for the button, look for the text and increase the size to 14. And then use these handles to resize the button. And also one other thing, we want some space below, so we can do that by selecting one of these and then looking for this resize row and section, looking for that button right there, so it resizes the rows and sections. So let me try to, and sometimes it doesn't work. So if it doesn't work, we can do it like this. First of all, select the stack, and then what you want to do is go to the right hand side and look for the margins. So right now the bottom margins, I believe is what we need. You see that? So this is the one we need. So you can tell by these dots. See, this is the right, left, top, right. You see that dot on the right, and then this dot is on the bottom. So this is the bottom margins we need. So we can put like 15. You can see it update right there, or maybe 30. So it updates like that. Now we have space there, and you can change the space by clicking here and looking for it. Click on that and look for the margins for this. Next is, let's scale this again. Okay, undo. I think there's a mistake. Just leave that for now. First of all, make sure our logo is visible enough by scaling it. Okay, I'm going to close some of these tabs, I think, because seems like the machine is getting a bit slow since we have been streaming for hours now. Let's close this one as well, and increase the size of this logo a bit, and then bring the search bar, because it's covering the menu. Bring the search bar right here, and select the menu and go to settings. Okay, now these settings are for changing the icon, or for changing the icon and adding a text, icon and text, or icon only or text only. Now the other settings, again on the right hand side, are the fill colors and the color of the text if you have added the text. In our case, we only have the icon, so you click on the icon, which is color black for now. You can also reduce its size from 50 to 30. And then from color black to color cyan. I think that color is called cyan. Next is let's scale this text. So we are on to the next section. So we're holding down the Alt key to scale it like that, or to stretch it. And then we want to bring this text in the center of this section. With the help of those lines, those guides, you can tell you are in the center. Then you can snap it there. Next is these ones. So here is another trick. Instead, again, remember this is a section with cells. These are different cells, cell 1, cell 2, cell 3. So instead of displaying these cells as cards right now, we can display them as lists, right? We can also display them as grid cells or as slider, which is my favorite. Right, so once you display them as slider, first of all we need let's try to refresh this page, because it seems like my editor is beginning to do some weird stuff, as you can see. So let's try to refresh this page, and as I take a sip of water. Okay, so how many hours are those? I think I hope you are learning something, guys. I hope you are learning something with the WIX Studio and how to build responsive websites. All right. So we are getting to the end of the video. We are getting to the end of this tutorial of the WIX. We have covered almost everything that you need to know in the WIX platform. For example, we covered how to add your menu, how to add images to your site, how to add sections to your site, how to edit the background of your sections in the site, how to edit the text in your website, how to add the text and how to edit it. And we have seen how to edit, how to change the font of your typography, the typography of your website. We have seen how to change the color, okay, the style of your website. And we have also seen how to add apps to the site, all these buttons right here. We have covered almost all these buttons. This advanced stuff we can look at in a later stage for coding. But if you want to code, you just click on it and you click on start coding, and it provides for you a workspace for coding. So the CMS control client management system or customer management system. It mostly has to do with the database information and all that. All right. So this text was supposed to be in the middle, unless there is something wrong. And then we were editing this one in the mobile version because we have already seen that it fits well in the tablet version. It has no issue. But when it comes to the mobile version, it also has no issue. But just in case you want to change the things a little bit, you can edit it. Let's say start with the text, select the section, and reduce maybe the size of this text like that. Increase it a little bit, and then I want to click on the container. Let's call this the container because it contains this stack. So let's scale or resize the container. So in this case, what it is helping us is for the next item to become a little bit visible so that someone can see that there is another item. I can scroll, right? Or can swipe on the left. And maybe what we can also add here is another cell. Add a cell to the top, and so we have a cell there. What we can use this cell for is add a title like this one. So instead of going to add text and dropping this text, I can just use this one here, maybe duplicate it. It is sometimes might disorganize your work, but no problem, sometimes there's no issue. So you just use Ctrl D to duplicate, and then I try to move this thing and move it to attach, drag and drop. So I touch it there, and then sometimes disorganizes your work. As you can see, it has left a lot of space here. So you can reduce this space maybe to 30 pixels. And then I change this text from discover the latest trends to what our clients say. Okay, and maybe we can change the color of the background from this dark green to the light green, so that it's not the same as this other green, but it's better to have the same color anyway. So we have the text there. We can reduce the height space or there's a lot of space there. You can reduce it like that. That's one way. The other way is to use these ones here, this gap spacing, whatever it's called. So let's go back to the mobile version and see about this section. So now we can see that it's beginning to show, and then the text is being cropped for some reason. Okay, so find a way to fix that as well. Now that we have this, we can also look for other settings. Maybe there's this option here. If you click on the repeater, there's this option that says show scroll bar. Okay, so this one, the scroll bar will be shown on the website for the customer to easily see it, and they can know that they can swipe on the right and on the left. So the other thing is the space between, and that's the gaps. So instead of 24, I can give it 10, right? As you can see, the gap has reduced, and there we have, and then we need to reduce the space again. Maybe that would help. Okay, so we have our testimonials there in a slider way. Next is this one, this section. Maybe can expand this text like that, and place this button in the center like this. So what's the button here? Do I have any button here? I have a button that says visit agency website. So I can let me first scale it by using alt key and scaling like that, clicking and dragging. Change the text and say visit agency website, and then I can click on choose a links to, choose a link and click right here on website address. You can also link to the various pages within the website. And for me, I want to link to a web address, so just use right click and go to copy link address and bring this link right here. Okay, that's the link. Is going to take people to the agency website. Alright, now it's all set. So I've showed you how to add links, and showed you, so I think I've showed you everything you need to design the websites. Okay, design pure responsive websites using WIX. Let's first go back to the mobile version and see. You have to be checking all these breakpoints to make sure the website looks good on all the screen sizes. So there's a lot of gap here which I want to reduce. Maybe we can use this button right here like that, and then we can maybe use this button right here like this to remove some space in between there. And then what else can we do? Instead of leaving this thing to take up a whole space, we can also do the same thing that we just did up there. Instead of rows, okay, select once, and we have this option. So instead of rows, we can use columns, but not. Remember, we have these cells here. The section has this cell and this other cell, that contains the repeater element. As you can see, the word repeater, a repeater with all these items. So in our case, what you want to do is, after selecting this section, make sure you select the cell with the repeater and then select the repeater. Okay, I would follow the hierarchy. After selecting the repeater, go to cards. Sorry, select the layout. Instead of cards, there's a list, and there's also, this is almost similar to this card, and even the grid cell is almost similar to this. So instead of those, we select slider. All right, and in that case, we will have the same thing as we just created up there, a slider. Okay, in our case, it needs some editing, but I've just showed you. You can rewind the video to see how we have created this one, this slider. Then you can create your own for this. And lastly, the blog on the blog widget on the mobile phone. Same way, you can go to settings and go to layout. You can first enable the mobile settings in order to do that, and then if you want, you can choose a slider for this as well. Okay, so this helps you to create, to avoid a very long word. That one applies to all breakpoints, which I don't want, so I'll just go to undo. So this one helps you to avoid a very long home page or a very long page. So instead of having these long ones, you can just make them sliders, right? This one comes when it's already a slider. This testimonial section, testimonial repeater. Okay, we are going to delete that one, we don't need it. So this is the footer where you add your links. This is the contact page, and that's it. So everything, the rest of everything looks not bad on the mobile. So let's first delete this one right here using backspace. What clients say? I think I'm the one who didn't complete the text. I was wondering why it was cut off the mobile version. So guys, I think now you have the basics of building your website. This is what we built from scratch. If we click on preview, this is what we built from scratch. Except these pages, they came with the website template, with the website wireframe. But we built the rest of this stuff from scratch. I showed you how to add all these elements, how to change the colors, how to this hover effect, how to make that hover effect, how to add this video, it automatically plays. You can also add the audio button right here if you want. And the way I see it, it needs to a little bit scale, so it's a bit huge, fills the whole screen. And then we have the services part, and this button, I've showed you how to add a link to the button that takes people to the agency website. Okay, and then we have what else? The blogs. So what I haven't showed you is the blog, and what I want to show you now is how to add that blog, those blog posts. We're just going to create one, and the rest you can do yourself, because I've already showed you how to arrange these pages. Let's go back to edit site. That was in preview mode. By the way, this is the link already. If you click on publish, you get your link and you can view it. You can share it with someone. You can be viewing the website as you move on. Alright, so for the blog, go to the pages right here and look for the blog pages. So there's the blog page, which includes all the blog posts. Okay, so far I think we have three. They must be just for demonstration purposes, they're not real posts. And then we have this other page. So this is the post page, the real post that you have made. So in order to have these are already here, all you need to do is write content and everything will be positioned here, unless you want to make some changes like selecting the background and going back here and changing the background color like this, and then going to the widget itself, going to the settings and changing the design color, maybe the background. Okay, all that, maybe post background to this, the post background, and maybe the area background. Okay, like that, and then the header background. There's still some work to do here, but I think that should be your homework, because I've showed you the basics. I've showed you everything, how to do everything. Okay, so that should be your homework, editing the blog pages. Okay, so now what you're going to do is go back to the blog page, and this thing, same thing, you can also do it from the post page. So from the blog page, you click on the post or the blog widget and click, instead of going back to the settings, changing the background and the color of the text and all that, yeah, what you want to display, the spacing between these posts and all that, even the post height. We did some changes there on the home page. We should have been doing these changes here on the blog page, because if you go to layout, you can go to scroll down to post height, and instead of 350 we go with 300 maybe. See how the height decreases, and then the other settings would be the spacing between here. Please make sure you run the video and see how we have edited the home page to do this yourself. Now I will just go to manage posts. Alright, and this same thing you can access via the dashboard if you go to blog, and then you go to create posts. This is where you see all the posts, but we don't have any. So it takes me to the same thing here. From your WIX Studio Editor, if you click on manage posts under the page, the blog page, it will still take you through the dashboard to create a new post. Right, so you click on create post, the button is up there also, and then we have the post editor here. So the good thing is we can write with AI, or you can just bring in text and paste it here. So let's say we want to write with AI. You say create with AI a blog post and give it a description. So best digital marketing strategies, and click next. Click how many word count. So this is how you use the WIX AI blog editor or WIX AI post creator. So word count from 500 words to up to 1000 words. The tone of the voice, professional and casual, enthusiastic, and then number of images. It can even add AI generated images for you. More preferences include the post type, how to, holistical, and then point of view, first person or what. And I will leave those reader audience, maybe business person, maybe travelers, business owner. They need these strategies to grow their business. And then some keywords, maybe social media marketing. But let's start with digital marketing as the main keyword. And the social media marketing. And you can add more of this by just putting a comma and click next. And next is selecting a title. We have three options. You can write your own title. Unveiling the power, unleashing the power, unleash the power of unknown digital strategies. The power of cutting-edge digital marketing strategies. Let's go with this one. And click on create post. And we leave the AI to do its job. Alright. Leave the AI. Give it a minute as I take a sip of water. Oops. Give AI a few minutes. Alright. Alright, applying text styles. The text styles would be these ones. Text style, as you can see, type heading 2, heading 1. The paragraphs text style. These are the text styles. And this first close the AI. You read through, you notice they're not so bad. Your post, the list codes, the numbering, the quoting, the text color, italic and underlined text, adding links to your text. For example, if you wanted to add digital marketing strategies, I have a post right here on my blog, which is about digital marketing. So if I copy this link and I come to this text called digital marketing strategies, I can add a link like that to this text by pasting the link here and clicking on save. Or you choose whether the link opens in a new tab or it opens in the current tab. So once I add the link, you notice this is how the links will be looking like. And you can also change it from somewhere in the settings. You can change the color of these links. So we have first AI image right there, talking about, this is supposed to talk about digital marketing. So it talks about understanding digital marketing, understanding content creation, engaging content creation, search engine optimization, email marketing, social media. The photos must be replaced. Just click on one and use this button right here, replace image. Okay, replace, click on it and it takes you back to the media upload window, which we have looked at already. So let me just search for digital marketing from WIX media, from WIX. Right, digital marketing. And let's use this this oldie guy. Yeah. And the video marketing brings in a camera, and I think that's the conclusion. So you read through the post and make sure that's what you are looking for. Maybe add a hero image. It's going to be featured here. If you go to settings this hero image. If you have an image here, sometimes gotten from here, or it's gotten from the first image in the post, which in this case it's this one now. But if we add another one, by searching again, digital marketing, can add your caption here. So again, under settings, let's delete this one, and we have the featured image. Next is you can add alternative text, also helps with SEO, and then you can choose whether to publish it now or tomorrow or the next day. And then next you can choose the writer. You can add a new writer right here, new writer, and you can create a new writer profile from here. Give him a name as the writer and give him a photo, and click on add writer. But you might want to give him access additional permissions from your dashboard. So we have a new writer, and then you can add related posts if you have them. And then another thing, you can add categories. So for example, you say this category is within digital marketing, or whatever you want it to be. And maybe another category will be website design. And I want it to be, you can add the post to different categories, but I will leave it to digital marketing as the first category. And then another interesting thing here is adding tags, maybe digital marketing, and use comma and add another tag, maybe social media marketing, and add another tag, maybe SEO, etc. So AI is everywhere. WIX AI assistant can get you some tags to place here, because it has already helped you to write the blog post. Okay, so once you are done with that, maybe you can the last thing you can maybe check on is the SEO. You go to the basics tab, and this is where you change the URL, especially if it's too long, and unleashing the powerful. Let me remove this because right now it says unleashing the power of cutting edge digital marketing strategies, a game-changing approach for business. So let me remove that text, and then we have unleashing the power of cutting edge digital marketing strategies. And I think we can go with that one. So this is where you go to the publish button right here, okay, or the preview or the save button to a publish later. Let me publish right away, because we want to see it reflect on the site before we go. Right, you can promote those posts right away to your email. You can create email address, email marketing campaigns, and you can post direct to your social media channels like Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. So we have one blog post right now, unfortunately, and let's duplicate this post, or you can create a new post right. So for the new post, we say create with AI a secret of life. Let's call it search engine. optimization, or we call it content marketing. By the way, if you can give it a better description, it could give you better content. But choose the tone, how many images in the site, additional preferences, point of view, blah blah. I haven't even added keywords to this one. Let's see what it gives us. So it gives us a title, unleashing the power of content marketing. Click create post, and let's see what AI gives us. Okay, let's give AI a minute as I take a sip of water. Now I'm not going to do much to this post. Maybe add an image. Add one image here. And call it, I'll just search in media from WIX. Search for content marketing. Let me add this lady for now. But the rest I've showed you. Settings, go to categories, choose the writer of the post, and maybe add related posts. Add it to the right category, and add relevant hashtags. And maybe if you want to shorten the URL for the post, unleashing the power of content marketing. That's where I want it to end. I can remove the rest. Comprehensive guide and etc. And click on publish. Alright. And that's how you start a blog with the WIX Studio platform. So publish the post right away to your social media channels or through email campaign. The email design, they also have an email designer, just like you have seen they have the WIX Forms Editor or WIX Forms Designer. So there's also this email designer which you can use by adding maybe photos. If you want to add a photo in between, if you want to change this text, you can simply edit this template and you go with that. Maybe I think we looked at this one in some other video. So just close this and let's see the posts. So those are the two posts we have so far. All right. And without going further, we will end the video right here, but I hope you have learned something from the video. I hope you have learned how to build websites with the WIX Studio Editor. Responsive websites, by the way. Let's try this one out. Let's try it, run it in this tab, and then you see, if you want to know that it's responsive enough, this is where you see. You see now it's in a huge screen, and then you keep on reducing like this. You see how it responds to screen sizes. Okay, and then once it reaches to a certain breakpoint, these are called the breakpoints. Once it reaches to a certain breakpoint, it should change to another layout, but I think I need to do some more editing, or maybe I haven't published it I haven't published the changes, not sure. Let me click on publish, and then let me come back and refresh. Okay, so I've published. Let me refresh this page. So it's not responding as I was expecting, but the others are responding. There are sections like this section. You notice at this breakpoint, it turns from the 4, displaying the 4, to displaying 2 downwards, and then to this breakpoint, it turns to this. So this section needs a little bit of editing, so it's also as responsive. And also the other sections, you see that one, when I reduce to this breakpoint, it turns to this. When I expand, you see how it turns. So these are the breakpoints that we are talking about. So each breakpoint has a different layout. Okay, so at this breakpoint, you can see how it squeezes, and then at this breakpoint, it changes the layout completely. Alright, so that's what we call unresponsive sites. And by the way, in the WIX Studio Editor, there is a button that can help you do the responsiveness, but it sometimes disorganizes some stuff as well. So if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments, and if you need help, you can check out the WhatsApp link on my website and WhatsApp me, and we see how we can assist you with your website. Otherwise, thank you very much for joining me in this week's tutorial, and I hope to see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and share the video with your friends who want to learn how to build responsive websites and write AI content, the WIX AI assistant. And by the way, most of these AI tools almost work the same. If you know one, there is a skill called prompt engineering. That's the skill you need in order to be able to talk to these AI tools the right way. So be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy and learned something from it. Give it a likes, and give it some likes, and leave some comments, and share the video with your friends. I hope to see you in the next week's tutorial.